Welcome back to the Sly Guy TV. You're watching the Sly Guy, Kaboom, kaboom, super kaboomo, yeah, here we go. Kaboomo, yeah, kaboomo, yeah, here we go. Now we've got Adele, it's the cradle, From the cradle to the grave, and you know you had it made. Legendary rule is gone, it's gone, oh yeah. I have offended you again, so I guess this is the end. Because everybody knows you're such a snowflake and you're just quite upset at every single thing we said. Everybody knows it's all just in your head. Wasted, even going, speaking. You know I have crossed the line when I said that you were mine. Going, skiing, no hard feelings. Since you will not be my girl, this is the end of my own. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of a Sly Guy TV with Sly Guy. So right now we've got two very major rule updates for Modern Legacy. Well, these cards are not Modern Legacy legal, okay, but I'm just showing you them as an example because we've gotten into a lot of debates on rulings regarding dual lands and regarding legendary cards. Okay, so let's step up. Okay, let's start with the legendary rule. First update on the legendary rule. 1. Legendary rule was always so confusing because when you summoned a legend, the other side can summon a legend and then you had to sacrifice your legend because you can only have one legend of the same type in play before. Now, you can now have two legends of the same type in play at the same time, making the card not unique anymore, which is strange. So if it's unique, then why do you have two versions of it? Then they say, oh, it's the planes, it's the planar thing, it's an alternate dimensional You know what? Just get rid of a legend rule. Now on, you can have any number of copies of any legendary permanent in play. This is to simplify the rules because what's happening is you have all these sticky legend rules and then people call a judge and then it's just a waste of time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna simplify anything. If it's legendary, you can have multiple copies of it. You can have multiple copies of Gaia's Cradle. I can have like one Gaia's Cradle, then the following turn I play another one, play a bunch of creatures. So you see, it simplifies everything becomes much simpler then. So that's the first rule change. Next rule change, dual lands. So, if you guys are familiar, Modern Legacy uses a lot. And when I mean a lot, I do mean a lot of dual lands. When I say dual lands, I'm talking about the shock lands. We're talking about the tap duels like Cinderglade, which clearly say mountain forest. Okay, so we've got into a lot of discussion, a lot of debates, especially during gameplay, that say, okay, define a basic land. Okay, so when you define it, you go, a basic land is a mountain, a plains, a swamp. Okay, so it's just a mountain, a plains, a swamp, an island, and a forest. Now, if you do get a basic land, now let's try getting a mountain here. I don't think I have any mountains left here, but let's try to find a mountain, a basic mountain or an island to show you guys. Right here. Okay, yeah. It does say basic land and it does say island right there. Okay, so a basic land is an island. Now, what happens is during most play, people tend to argue that since this counts as an island and a swamp, why doesn't it count as a dual land? Why doesn't it count as a basic land? Because technically, it counts as both an island and a swamp. This counts both as a mountain and a plains, right? So what Wizards of the Coast did is that they added the basic land subtype there, but it causes a lot of confusion because people tend to argue, and we've gotten into multiple discussions during Modern Legacy play of people saying, no, this is a basic land because it counts as a mountain and a forest. What's a mountain and a forest? Basic land. Well, it doesn't have the basic land subtype here. It should have the basic land subtype, but not all basic, especially the older ones, not all of them have the basic land subtype, which caused and sparked debate. So, to make the rules much clearer, Stomping Ground, any of the duels, these guys count as basic lands. You can search them with Terramorphic Expanse. You can search, they're not affected by Wasteland, they're not affected by Blood Moon. Okay, so this is just an errata for Modern Legacy play to make the gameplay much faster, because the more people who call a judge, the more people who complain, the more people who get into arguments, the slower the games get, and that's what we don't want. We do not want the games to get slower. We want the games to maintain the really fast pace that they have had for years, which is why we are making these rule changes. So, to recap, Legends rule, you can now have any number of any type of legendary permanent in play to prevent confusion, and any land like triomes, shock lands, tap duels, dual lands, any land which has the subtype mountain, forest, count as dual lands. If you see a basic land name there, they count as basic lands. Was it confusing? Comment below if it was. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Once again, this is the Sly Guy TV with the Sly Guy signing off for